formation scheme out of the Denver Broncos playbook. Today we're going to look at the pistol slot wing, a formation in which we had one of our deep balls that we did in the deep ball video out of this formation, and that play was called the PA Bronco Cross. It used some baby motion from the right to left, and we're going to go ahead and show that to you as a base of this formation and how we can make everything else work around that baby motion so that we don't disguise this play. Now I'm kind of real excited to bring this to you because of the fact that I ran it one way on that deep ball video and it was very highly successful, but I think I found a better way to do it, and if I ever find anything better, obviously I'm going to bring it to you and give that ability to improve on anything that I lab on. So the way we used to run it is this: we put the X on a comeback, we used to put the Y on a curl, put the A on a streak, and we would do this baby motion. We'd hike it behind here, and we would get the ability to do this B as a deep ball, and don't get me wrong, that's beautiful, right? And we show that over and over again that it works. Now, how can I improve on that? Well, I noticed that I didn't need this Y receiver to be on that curl route in order to work, so we end up having the ability to beat cover 3 just as easy as we beat cover 4 by using this this Y route to our advantage. So let me go ahead and show it to you. So put the A on a streak, the X on a comeback, and that's it. All right, leave the Y what it is, do the same baby motion, and we're throwing that ball deep. Okay, so that was against cover 4. Now let me show you why this worked. I didn't realize it, didn't lab it this way the first time around, but watch what this guy does on a cover 4. On a cover 4, this guy will sell out on number 83 on that cross. See him, he's there. He, at that point, sees that he goes across. He ends up taking one step back, and then he passes both those guys to go get him. Right? Never in a million years would I think that would be what he would do, but it's consistently that's what he does, leaving this guy open and over the top. Okay, let me show it to you one more time to show you that it's consistent. We're going to go ahead and put the X on a comeback, the A on a streak, leave the Y the way he is, put this guy here in the baby motion, and watch him chase that guy, pass up the B guy, and let him go for the deep ball. Okay, so that's how it works against cover 4, which is really nice because against cover 3, this was tougher to make work. It could still work, but it was tougher to make work. Let me show you here. But not only is it tougher to make work before, now it gives you two options that a user player can't cover. Okay, so let's go ahead and just normal cover 3. Run the same situation, A on a streak, X on a comeback, move this guy over, make this, and the first read we want to do is that B receiver, right? So we were able to make it work against cover 3. I showed it to you. You can do it. You just need that guy to be able to do it. Now watch what else was open when we do cover 3. So we not only do we have that deep guy there, now we've got the Y receiver against cover 3 over here. So talk about being able to kill your defense. This turned into one of my favorite plays instantaneously when I found this, because as long as you can be able to get the protection, you're going to be able to go ahead and use this Y receiver as a nice go back and forth with this route. So you go ahead and do this, and when you have the ability to go over the top, you do it and beat cover 3 right there. You know it beats cover 4 already, and then you go ahead and go back with this play here. I didn't put the X on there, so hopefully this will work. Oh well, because it's only going against that one combination over there. Throw this to this side, and now you've got both sides to go back and forth. Okay, so I really like that because of that ability. But now what we can do is we can really combo this with this short motion with other plays to make it work. Now let's look at the run play right away to show you how to keep them honest with this play action fake. We're going to be running this run play. Okay, it's the halfback zone, nothing to it. We're going to run the same short motion with it, no matter if it's cover 3, cover 4, whatever it is. We're going to go ahead and run this here, short motion, and it's just a straight up run. You're going to get yourself 3, 4, 5 yards. Not going to be much of a home run threat, but at the same time, it's going to keep everybody off guard when it comes to the home run threat ball that we're looking for. Okay, so we've shown you the home run threat over the top to left, and we've shown you the ability to throw that same play to the right for about 25-30 yards, which is beautiful. So now let's go ahead and just keep them off balance by showing other plays to be able to at least respect that there's more than just those two options to this motion. So next play we're going to look at is the PA comebacks. And on the PA comebacks, go ahead, we're going to do the same small motion from right to left with this receiver on the B. But we're going to put them also in an in pattern and do it, okay? So when we do that, put them in, do the same motion. We're going to go to our X receiver on that comeback route. We know that by default, that fade and that comeback beat cover 3 and cover 4. We're going to put the B just to hold the linebackers there in like this, and just give them another person to worry about on this, and I got hit there, on this field. Now, we also put the B on the in to open up the A, but I'm going to show it to you after I show this one play again, okay? So we're going to hold this here. We're going to go ahead, hit the seam on our comeback right there. And then the next play we're going to do is we're going to hit our seam route to the A receiver, okay? So by moving this in, same exact situation, hold this in, do this here. I'm going to have to step up there just because I had pressure on the outside. Let's go ahead and show this a little bit better. And get this A receiver open. And you hit the seam. Now, the more time you have, the more open it's going to get. But I'm getting pressure a little bit more than I want to right now. Alright. And you can see how far down the field it can get and get open. Alright. Now you can also drive the X receiver down the field like that and put the B on there and get even more yards because you have more opportunity to get your tight end down the field when you drive him back like that. And you can see how open he can get on that play. So now you've got the same motion going deep to the top of the screen to the left, then you got the right and go back left. Has a nice little ability to go back and forth here. Now the next play I like to do is called 4 verticals, and what I like to try to do on this is take advantage of clearing everybody out by the way it is and getting a slant to go behind it. Okay, so take the 4 verticals, put the coverage on here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the B on a slant, and I'm going to go ahead, and that's the only adjustment I'm going to make. But I'm going to do the same short motion and hike it right there, and then when everybody goes up, I'm throwing it right there. So it's not really a long developing play, but definitely gets that ability to, you know, it's kind of a one-trick pony. You can definitely dump it off to the RB. You can throw it quicker if you want, if you're getting pressure. If you're not getting pressure, you want to wait and let all 3 of these verticals clear everybody out. And you're going to throw it to that sideline. Now if you see, I want to hike this ball a little bit earlier than I normally do, only for the mere fact that I don't want him to go backwards here. I almost want him to, you know, do his route pretty quickly. And you can kind of throw that over the top like that. However you want to throw it, that play works well against all your coverages right there. Okay, and the next play you're going to look at is the weak flood. Now the weak flood, we're going to get this play here to open up an in pattern. Let's go ahead and show it to you. Okay, here's the weak flood. First thing we're going to do is put the X on a drag. We put the Y on a streak. So far you see how it's got the double drags going. And but we're going to put the A on an in. And the reason why we're doing the A on an in, because the first drag is going to be a little bit quicker, and then we want the in to be a little bit longer developing to keep those linebackers at bay. And then we're just going to throw ahead and hit the in on this B receiver that we're motioning in. Okay, I know it's a mouthful, but we'll go ahead, cut it here, and he's just wide open. Okay, so that's how we get that guy open on that formation, is by doing the crisscross. But the way you want to do crisscross when you want to keep the linebackers, you want to send one as a drag and one as an in. That's going to hold your linebackers at two different spots. Okay, so let me go ahead and show it to you again, and then I'll show it in a review just so you can see what I'm talking about and why that combination works. Gonna hold it here, do this, and he's just wide open over the middle once you do it, right? So let me just show you real quick the whys behind it, because I kind of like to teach the whole end of it. And the why behind this is here. First off, when you take this drag here, he's going to be the first one through the zone. You're going to keep these linebackers. That first linebacker is going to stay, right? Then he gets to that second linebacker, and as he's going this way, that second in keeps that guy there. If I didn't have that in, this guy would now start backpedaling. If he started backpedaling, then he's going to get in the way of that in pattern to the guy I want to throw it to. But because I have that second in by that tight end right there, he keeps that one linebacker there, while this guy right here, this linebacker right there, goes and tries to get that underneath route now, leaving that guy wide open. So we just manipulated the linebackers the way we wanted to give you, what, 10 yards of separation from all four guys in the middle. If I don't do it that way, it won't work, and I'll show you what I mean by that. If I just said, say I did two drags, just everything else the same, those guys will backpedal. See how the guy goes backpedals now, and he gets closer to it, because the in doesn't, though it's the timing of the two crossing routes. So, and if I don't do anything that way, if I just put the Y on a streak and don't put the second in at all, just leave the one there, you'll see, oh, I didn't make the guy in motion, but you see that linebacker stays at bay, and it's just a harder throw to make. So that's why I make those two the way it is. So just so you see, make sure you got, run it one more time, just so, because I talked a lot there, X on an in, X on a drag, Y on a strike, A on the in. So the in by the A, the drag by the X, goes ahead and opens that up with a huge amount of space right there to catch it and do whatever you want to do with it afterwards. Alright, so next play we're going to look at is slants. Now the slant play probably was in my audibles, but I didn't do it. Okay, let's check it out. The slant play itself is nice because of the fact that we're going to be able to do kind of a double mesh here type deal. Okay, so what I want to do is I'll put the Y on a streak. That's going to clear everybody out. And then I want to put the A on a drag. So we're going to go 2 to the left. And then I'm going to do the short motion with the B receiver. Okay, so in this one I'm going to go like this. I'm going to hike it here. Now you got the doubles this way, and you're throwing it to that B guy. Okay, so you got the crisscross going on, and you can throw it to either receiver, but that's the main receiver we're trying to get to, because right here I can throw it to the X receiver, don't get me wrong, but most of the time, because the X receiver is the one that's going through the zone first, that's the guy the user player usually will gravitate towards. Okay, so you can see right here the X is the first slant. Oh, I got kicked out. Let me throw that ball. The X is the first slant, and they usually go left to right with their eyes too. I've noticed that if I try to do this the opposite way, people will jump the one guy that I want them to. So most people read left to right. So you go here, okay, X first, B next. I had that guy wide open, I just didn't get the ball off. So basically, that's the slant play. Now the next play is going to be the PA deep in. And on the PA deep in, go ahead and call this play here. we're going to put the A on a slant, and we're going to do this, the same motion before. What that's going to do is we're going to go ahead and get this slant by the tight end to cross, and nobody's near him, except you want to throw a play and you want your tight end to have halfway some type of athletic ability instead of doing that stupid move he just did. Let's go ahead and show it again here. So we did this, we did the same short motion, and we can lead him up if that guy stays a little longer, or it all depends on his release. When he has a good release, it's actually harder to throw this ball because you want to wait a little bit and throw it up the field. If he has a staggered release, then you're going to get more of that type of play and be able to get up there with your tight end. So it's just a nice thing where the first time we did it, we moved the B receiver, we made him do a slant. Now we make the B slant go up there. They kind of forget about this A receiver and give that ability to get the ball to him. Okay, so let's go ahead and look now at the running plays that are associated with this. All right, so the halfback counter and the strong power. Let's go ahead and show you exactly how to make this work, and show that you can use the same motion to be able to work it out. So let's go with the counter here, and the first thing we want to do is just do the same motion we were doing before, and notice that that shouldn't affect anything on this play. You're still going to get your big hole, be able to look for that outside burst and get it out. And that's the ideal situation. It's definitely another home run play if you can get the blocks to go the way you want them to. And that time, my holes are kind of a little, they're closing pretty quickly right now, but you know how to run the counter. You've done it a bunch of times before, and that time I kept it inside a little bit, but you can have success on this counter a lot. I like it because on the right hand side it keeps your focus on the right side. What is he going to do? Oh, he's doing the counter. And once he gets, I should have took that to the house. I took a right plate. I'm all about shifting the eyes of the user defender. If he's got to worry about that, then the next thing you know, it's almost like the counter sneaks up on him. So that's kind of why I like to run it with this motion. And see if we can get this ball around the corner. Okay, so you see some success. You know that you can take this to the house if you can by reading your blocks. Now what I also like to do is I like to run the strong power to both directions. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll run it with a fake. I'll show you. So let's get the strong power out. So I'll do it the first time with a fake. So you see how it's to the right? I'll do the right click to the right, so it's faking it. I'm going the same direction I want to. And I'll do this short motion. I like to keep it inside. And you see you can still get yourself 8 to 10 yards because of the way the blocking holds itself up. So same thing, do the fake motion to the right, so then they know that they don't know which side it's going to. And we're going to do this. But I think the home run play is on the left-hand side. Alright, so what you want to do is you want to flip it to the left. Now they don't know which way you're going because you've faked it and gone to the right. And now you're looking for more of that home run threat to the left. Okay, so hopefully I can show you a little bit better if I can get follow my blocks the way I want to. Okay, that one linebacker's shedding my lineman pretty good there, so he's holding me up. But that's my personal preference, is to run this to the left rather than the right, but I'm going to set it up by running to the right. As you can see, I'm having a little bit of a struggle getting more yardage than the 3 to 4 right now, but trust me, this is a better way of running it, is to the left once you get the holes that you're looking for. So that's how I run this short motion, and how do you do the deep play